Hi, welcome to Ikate's Crossing. Another day of learning Santa Muerte Tarot deck, looking at some of my own thoughts and ideas in regards to this deck. Now, these are my own opinions and thoughts, and it can be applied to any Rider-Waite-Smith based tarot deck, but thinking a bit more about the imagery as well. So even though some things may apply, there may be some things that do not, in regards to colour, in regards to the symbols in the cards, or what the characters are actually doing. Now, my meanings may change, of course, in regards to, depending on the context of the question, whether there is what the other cards are around it, whether it's in a specific spread, what the position of that spread actually means. So there will be different things that will influence the meanings of the cards. So remember that as I talk through some basic, keeping it simple, trying to keep it really simple. That's one thing I find with tarot, is when you can keep things as simple as possible, other things, your intuition will kick in and other things will come into play with meanings and things like that once you start getting really connected to your deck. So I think that's really important to think about. So now we're thinking about number 4. 4 is the Emperor. The Emperor is the Emperor, right? Oh God, what have I got 5 for? I've already done the Emperor. Have I? What number are we up to? 5. Sorry, 5 and 6 we're up to. Start again. Blah. Okay, we're up to the Hierophant. Okay, we've done the Emperor, done the Empress, High Priestess, and the Magician, and some of the other cards that correspond with that. Okay, so now we're looking at the second set. So we're looking, as we move forward, we're looking at the Hierophant, right? So the Hierophant is someone of a traditional manner. Now that traditional manner can be any sort of spirituality, and I know traditionally they would be Christian type based, but because of this deck is more the Dios de Muertos, Day of the Dead, if you like, the Dios de Muertos. I know my Spanish is terrible and I'm sorry and I apologise, but the Day of the Dead. Right, because we're looking at Day of the Dead, so I think of it more as traditionally in a spiritual sense, pre-Christian, if you like, in a way, a sense of before Orthodox spirituality came through. There's more of a sense of a traditional way of doing things, and that could be in the way that you connect to those that have passed. It could be your faith, your spirituality, your rituals, so much more. And I feel like this is very much in regards to your spirituality, connecting those that have passed. We have a Ouija board here, and I feel like the Hierophant, if you like, in this card is connecting to the realms above with this. They're not pointing to the realms below, but they're pointing to the realms above. So they are wanting to connect to those that have passed over, but some that are more that have passed through the doorway. They're not earthbound in any way. They're a much more higher, maybe a little bit more higher vibration because of where they're at in their journey of moving through time. So this is a very spiritual. There's pink in here, which is very loving. So I feel like this is a very spiritual, very loving energy. A lot of self-expression going on in regards to your spirituality. So this card here, the Hierophant, always speaks to me about mentoring or teaching, about learning. Maybe you're going to a workshop or you're doing a course. Could be about going to a education institute. You're developing your education into a higher level. This could be very much about that aspect as well. Now you've got the Devil here, and the Devil here to me is very much about addictions, past habits, could be repeated patterns, things that are keeping you chained to the past. The Devil can also be classed as a connection to maybe you're partying too hard, maybe you're maybe you're having too many sexual, maybe there's a perception of you having too many spiritual partners. Maybe you're doing something that's not actually good for you on some level, so you need to break free of those chains. Break free of the past that are keeping you chained. Maybe it's about you trying to move forward and you're feeling very stuck and very frozen, and so you're needing to find a way to break free from those habits as well. So that's something to think about. So what else can you think about that the devil actually means to you on this level here? So now we have the fives. Five of Wands. Five of Wands to me is normally about battles or conflicts. Could be here we got the matches being lit. So to me it's very much about maybe lighting the way through the battles, through the challenges, in regards to your spirituality, maybe in regards to your creative project. Maybe you're having a little bit of conflict with those around you in regards to the enterprise or the creative project or things that's going on. So because fives are normally about conflicts and struggles, things like that. So here we have Five of Swords, and so there might have been a fight or an argument in some way, and even when you win, you don't feel satisfied with that win. You feel it's like a no-win situation. Even when someone seems to win, there's a perception of someone winning, it actually does not cause any satisfaction whatsoever. Then you've got the Five of Cups, and Five of Cups to me is always about don't worry about spilt milk, but in this case I feel, well, it is that, but also I get a sense of the pathway being in one of reflection. Here you have what appears to be like a labyrinth on his hat, on his head, and that to me is about pathways. I feel the cups are quite dark in some of these cards, so I feel like your emotions can get a little bit overwhelming, a little bit too much for you emotionally, and so you're so busy focusing on what you don't have instead of focusing on what you do have. So you're not really appreciating the positive aspects of what you've got in your life. Five of Pentacles is about where are you headed, or where are you being led to. You're coming out of the cold. This can be a very healing process. Maybe you're walking. This card sort of, I've got the shivers here. It's like you're walking over the dead in this case, So you're walking over the dead of those the past. So I feel like that's causing a sense of conflict and struggles, and you're needing to sort of overcome the past that you're dealing with at this time, and it could be enabling you to do with your health or your finances. So maybe you're being led into somewhere new, something a bit more comfortable. You're needing to find comfort in where you're headed. So now we're going into the sixes. Sixes, we've got Lovers. Okay, the Lovers is about choices. It can be about relationships. It can be about the passion. It could be about the intensity of the relationship. It could be about a marriage going on. Okay, so this is about choices within relationships. Maybe you're needing to choose between different people. Maybe you're needing to choose what happens next within the relationship. Are you able to express yourself clearly within the relationship? Are you able to have energy and vitality within the relationship as well? Do you find the light in the relationship? In whatever type of relationship that is, does it feel balanced? Then you've got the Tower, and the Tower to me is very much about feeling like everything's wobbly, everything's shaky, the world's falling down around you. You seem to have lost the ability to stay strong. You feel like everything is in chaos. You're feeling very vulnerable. So maybe this reminds us that there is a reason to have the walls crumbling around us. Maybe it enables us to rebuild what we desire, what we want in our life. It enables us understanding, maybe a sense of enlightenment. It allows us to take a leap of faith in some level. So once we do all that, we have that leap of faith, we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, and we allow ourselves to sort of move into different areas of our life, it brings us a sense of stability on solid ground. So I think that's really important. And now we look at the sixes. So let's have a look at the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a sense of success, of victory, after all the battles and the challenges that we've gone through. So this is giving us a sense of achievement. What we have achieved so far. Remember, this is a review period. This is asking us to review what's actually going on. Here we have the Six of Swords, and this again is allowing us a sense of moving on to calmer waters. We are leaving behind the chaos of what's been going on, and now we're moving into much smoother waters, even though they may seem unknown at this stage. We're moving on. We're allowing ourselves to move into a better headspace, a better perception of what's actually happening. Here we've got Six of Cups. Six of Cups can talk about nostalgia, childhood memories, things of the past that we are remembering. It can also talk to us about a gift we have received for some reason. Maybe we are receiving a sense of harmony within our life by having this success, by moving on to smoother waters. We actually have a moment of harmony within our life. Here we have Six of Pentacles, and Six of Pentacles, and I know there was some confusion in my video last night as I was looking at these cards. So Six of Pentacles is a sense of a timing in the way that we allow a sense of moving forward. Maybe we feel like time is swinging for us. This card here, Six of Pentacles, is normally to me about charity, about giving unconditionally. So it's asking us our time, how valuable is our time? Is it okay for us at times to remember to give unconditionally, to make sure to create some harmony in what we're doing with our finances, maybe within our own sense of security or our own health? We have to give unconditionally. That could be giving unconditionally to ourselves as well. So that's really important. So there we have the fives and sixes in regards to the Santa Muerte Tarot. Don't forget to subscribe. You will find the links then on for Unseen Alley or my blog if you want a reading, my links to Twitter and Instagram, and also the links to the decks that I have created through Make Playing Cards. You can find also, if you connect with me on Twitter and Instagram, you will find posts that I do in regards to whatever's going on in regards to tarot. Could be a tarot post, maybe a little bit look about learning tarot. So if you're interested in learning tarot, there's a whole lot of information on my blog as well. There is information I do share occasionally through Instagram and Twitter in regard to learning tarot, so you might find a little bit of information on there as well. And of course exploring on more of my channel in regards to different learning videos. You might find learning videos a little bit about what was in the past with reincarnation. That was the Wednesday healing video I was doing. If you want me to carry on with that, please let me know, and I will continue doing a little bit more of the book, the reincarnation book, The Way We Were. Okay, also too, if you're interested in learning a little bit about tarot, you'll find quite a lot of information with keywords. You'll find about reading intuitively. You might see my stories, the Fool's Journey, going through the different suits and the mages with the Fool's Journey. You will find astrological references in regards to tarot and your birth date. There'll be little bits and pieces about that. You'll see you'll see my tarot journal as well. The tarot journal I have on my blog, remember that is my personal journey, so please be respectful of that as I travel through with what I share on my tarot journal. It is very personal as I share some of that information with you. Some of the spreads that I've done have done for reflection and meditation. So you'll find a lot of different information with Leninmand, different oracle decks, the decks that I've created myself, you'll find on there as well. There's a download page. You can download digital copies of some of my decks if you want to. You're more than welcome to. If you've got a digital program that you can use them with, no problem at all. There's a lot going on with tarot, isn't there? So let's leave it at that, at 14 minutes basically. Take care and blessed be, and thank you for being with Hecate's Crossing as we travel through this deck. Take care.